All right, we're live. What's
up,
happening?
man?
Good. How's it going, my friend?
It's going, man. I mean,
You're always going, man.
dude, we're just taking off for the holidays, right? I mean,
Right, just it's that time of year to take a few days off,
take the whole month off and just regroup. And no, man, we're blowing and going. We've already it's December 10th. We've signed 7 listings so far, and several more out. So,
right on, man. Hey, so what's the production look like? Where are you going to finish the year, you think?
We're finishing up those numbers right now. When we merged over from Keller Williams, some of my numbers were messed up. So so far we're at 11 million closed from it with the eXp system from July through December 10th.
Right.
So I mean 11 million just on that. I think we were almost around 30 if I remember correctly. So we're probably going to finish 45 to 50.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad year.
Yeah.
So you've been, and I would expect this to be nothing more than a candid interview with you. I've never seen you blow smoke up anybody's skirt before. So, 5 months at eXp, what's the feedback? I mean, there's a lot of moving parts with your organization. What's your feedback been?
So I'll be honest, I'm still waiting for that buyer's remorse to kick in. Right. And if people want to watch the first interview you and I did, I think I talked about it, how we came over in December for 3 days and then left and then ultimately decided and knew we made the wrong decision. And so we partnered up with you guys in July of 2019. And I'll tell you that the difference from December to July in terms of the onboarding process completely revamped, bro. Right. So December was a little bit messy. In terms of how the onboarding process was, but in July they had it clear and it was smooth as butter coming over. And then I'm like, all right, so what's next? Is someone going to be micromanaging my business? Is the broker going to be tell me I can't do this? No, right? Everything has been business as usual, running it the way we run our team. The cool thing is that I'm seeing my agents more engaged and more plugged in than ever before.
It seems like that. I feel like I can see that as well. Like just in watching, a lot of the stuff you guys do that are live and stuff like that, that your whole team seems to be winning.
Absolutely. Right. And so we talk about here, the main concern I always had, and this was a little bit of some negative belief that other brokerages were putting out there that, you join eXp and your production goes down. Right. I'm sure you heard that. Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think, yeah. And so, that was one of my fears of coming over, like, oh man, like I can't lose production if I'm making a move. Like we're going to make a move for a betterment of our business and a betterment of our agents. And so seeing how our agents are plugged in, like they're going to your events, right? They're reaching out to you. Yeah. They're reaching out to Michael Reese. David Bentnick's over there hanging out, fight night, with Michael Reese and just talking shop. And I can tell you that I've never seen more engagement and more plugged in to become, not just better real estate agents, but to treat this now as a business, right? They're all seeing this is their own business. They can go and grow. I've never experienced this as well, that my agents are attracting other agents to the Good Home Team.
Yep. I've been on calls with a lot of your agents and other agents that they've been attracting, which was very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I was meeting with an agent this morning for breakfast and he made a comment that he said that your real estate team, your people look happier and seem more happier. And I said, I mean, it's not anything that I'm doing. Right. It's, to me, it's business as usual, but it's the environment and the culture that the Honey Badger group has created, Reese, Albie, all of them, right? And so it's given us a place to continue to plug in, to continue to grow and make sure that one that, let's say, how are you going to make more income? Well, if you're telling people, hey, go sell more houses, and they already feel like they're at their wits capacity on hours of prospecting and meeting people. And then, maybe the seller or buyer is like, no, I'm going to wait a couple more months, right? How do you continue telling that agent the only way to make more money is put more hours in, knock more doors and make more calls, right? It starts to defeat them.
Right.
And here they're like, all right, we get to learn from the National Association of Expert Advisors on how to differentiate ourselves and how to win, how to set ourselves up for success. We didn't get that anywhere else, bro.
Right. No, I get it, man. It's been fun to watch, man. You guys, you really guys have been more plugged in. You're doing more. I see all of your agents seem to be recruiting other agents, not only to your team, but probably also over just the regular conversations, bringing them over to eXp. I think one of the biggest questions that I get when somebody moves over is, like, how do you balance the workload of, there's people reaching out to you, there's people that you're talking to, the agent attraction side of things is obviously it's a new revenue pillar for your business. And so you've been taking advantage of that, I'm sure. So how have you managed to balance that and make that an opportunity that's going to become more of a reality?
So for me, here's what I always tell our people, especially when they come over and join us, whether they're joining the Good Home Team or just, we call it the Honey Badger group, or that good network is what we coined our downline as well. What I say first is, let's focus on making sure your production continues to grow, right? But what my commitment is from a leadership side is I want to help you attract some agents into your world. Right, that would never come and partner with you, never come and share a P&L with you, that never would join your real estate team and pay your real estate splits. Let's talk with them and just show them the opportunity. And if it makes sense, great. And so what I've done for my team and myself is we have Agent Attraction Friday, right? This is all about who could we help, get into their worlds, help provide value, real actionable value. We're not blowing smoke up someone's ass. And promising them the world and not deliver on it. Right. We want to show, hey, this is just a platform for you to come and grow your business, whether you want to sell more houses, whether you want to become more profitable, which hopefully that's the goal. I mean, we're all in this, hopefully to be more profitable. I don't think we're running a nonprofit here. Nope. And you have the benefit to learn from people that have already walked your path. Right. Like for you example, right. So I chose my alignment with you guys, not just because, we become good friends and you've walked the path in building a residential real estate team where you're out of production that did, 268 transactions as an independent in year 2. Right. What is that? 2.6 million in commissions. Yep. I mean, that's huge. Right. So am I going to follow someone that's already walked that path, or am I going to follow someone who's never been there, that's trying to find their own way? Right. So it's the same thing that we're showing these agents now, is saying, like, look, the paths have already been walked. We can show you an easier way, and it's fun. Right. Like, do you want to have fun while doing this? Because I've had the other way, and it's not fun. Right. Constantly running into the wall and trying to figure it out yourself is not the way. How many times you're like, holy shit, man, I think I just want to go back and deliver pizzas. That was the best job I ever had. Like there's no stress like that. No, this is fun. Like that's maybe where that renewed sense of energy and where people are saying, like, your team and your group, like, it looks like they're having a great time. It looks like they're having more fun than ever. It's because they are. Right. Not anything I'm doing. I can't beat fun into them. Right. Yeah, it's one of those things that, I love you're sharing that story that your team is doing so well, and they're excited and revigorated, and they're plugging into not just you, they're plugging into everything eXp has to offer and everything our group has to offer, and all of that additional value is making making it a lot more fun for everybody, I think. So, what I will say this: is there anything that if there was anything that you didn't expect from coming over to actually experiencing, what would you say has been from the eXp side of things, that would be something that you said, man, I didn't really see that coming, or I didn't really get that until I experienced it, or would there be anything that was different that you found once you came on board? Yeah, so it's twofold, right? So let's just talk about eXp alone and not about the Honey Badger network and the alignment with you, Mike, and Albie. Let's just talk about eXp. Right. The support, right? The biggest myth that I hear, and I see it in some of these Facebook groups, is that that if you go to eXp, if you don't want to have support, right? Like you're not going to get support from the brokerage level because you're virtual, you can't go in the office, et cetera. I'm going to tell you that if I've had any questions, I've had faster response time either going into the virtual world, right? Which I made fun of. I made fun of that thing. Like, oh, this freaking Sims video game. There's no way. But there's staff that they staff it, through normal business hours. They're not taking these breaks, or they're not in these meetings where I have to wait for a call back. So just the virtual world alone, I'm getting any of my questions answered in less than 5 minutes. Right. Then we have Facebook Workplace, where I'm reaching out to the state brokers, and I'll give a shout out to Sheila Dunnigan, our Texas state broker, where on Halloween at 6, I'd sent her a message at 6:18, and she responded at 6:34 that night, answering a question about property management. And so I was blown away by how quick the support level was there, because that was something that I heard was you're not going to get it. Right. Now from our group and our alignment with you guys and the Honey Badgers, I mean, we're still trying to put this in words. I was talking to Elizabeth Austin and Nicole Espinoza about this. Is we don't know how to formulate this in words yet. It's a feeling. Nicole really had the best, it's about culture, right? When we first went to eXpCon in Vegas, that was our first, we were dipping our toes in. We were just newly over, right? We're still making sure that there's no more Keller Williams logos on any of our marketing and anything like that. We're still trying to get ingrained with everything. And we go to eXpCon, go into the group, and Beth Ann Jones takes us under her wing and just introduces everyone like we've been a part of this group and this family forever. Right. And now we get to meet people like Veronica Figueroa, like Daniel Beer, Kyle Whistle. I mean, these guys are they're real genuine people, and they're willing to help out if you ask for help. Right. I mean, so we're still, maybe culture is the best word about it, but it's a weird feeling. Yeah. I don't like just saying it's culture, but we're still trying to come up with some good words that everyone's like, holy shit, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to describe. I mean, it really is almost like family, and, it's like, people are treating you, and I hate to say that it's because there's a financial alignment, but I think that has a lot to do with it. The fact that, hey, we're all in this together, literally in this together to win together, and that makes a difference in how people are going to spend their time, effort, and energy helping each other.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So I mean, we coined the term, collaboration over competition, right? So from that, I mean, that's really true, especially here locally, where we have it's not just in our the Honey Badger network. Right. We have the local Dallas eXp agents, where we're in this other group, and we're all about making sure, we're throwing happy hours. Right. We just want to throw networking events or mastermind events to better our local Dallas agents. And if those agents happen to want to look at eXp and it's a better opportunity for them, then perfect. If it's not, no big deal.
Right. It's funny that, what would you say? Obviously, I think our group is special in terms of the sheer talent. I mean, the numbers of people that are doing a tremendous amount of business, such as yourself, is pretty incredible. But I feel like that we just don't attract the negative, whining, bitching, typical complaining real estate agent to eXp. It just doesn't feel like that's who this group ends up attracting.
Well, I think we all know that we're not, that victim mindset. I've always said, look, I don't want to partner with anybody that's unhappy. I mean, look, if you're unhappy at your current brokerage, more than likely, if we analyze the problem and you're not hyper aware of it, more than likely that unhappiness is still going to be over here as well. Right. So what we try to do is have those conversations with them and say, it's all about plugging in. And honestly, that's anywhere. But we've got the systems and the tools in place that you guys created. I have to give shout outs. I mean, what you, Mike, Albie, what you guys put into us, you brought Brian Crothers in, Jefferson Santos. I mean, these are people outside the industry that get to pour into us and we get to learn from. And I think it was Brian Crothers that said, look, you don't have a business if it's not replicatable, right? And duplicatable. And so, Michael Reese the other day, did a video in our group that really hit home that, look, I have a long way to go to become a better leader. Right. And he's putting those messages out and we all feel that. But, when that really resonated deep down in my bones, I'm like, all right, it's time to step my game up. I mean, who else is pushing you at that kind of level? Where's your, if you're around low level type people, then you're only going to get low level results. right? I don't want to go hang out with our group and I go backwards. Right. It's going to push me harder and forward to better my business, whether that's through showing and showing more agents this opportunity and saying, hey, it's actually really, really good over here.
Right.
Or how it can help you increase your business. Or if you want to, have a more balanced life and not necessarily go sell 100 or 200 or 500 houses. Not everyone wants that goal.
Right.
But you can still have an amazing life and sell 30 houses.
Right.
We have that over here.
Right. Yep. No doubt about it, man. So what else would you leave with anybody who's, that's, you went through the whole process of coming, not coming, and there's always people that are watching these that are like, man, I think I might want to do this. I mean, what would you tell them to do?
So I would say truly look at this opportunity with an open mind. Right. There's two things when I was having breakfast with this agent this morning that he asked me the same thing of why did I look at this opportunity? And I said, look, I didn't. In the beginning, I didn't. I mean, I shut it down. I mean, but my awareness came of saying, I asked people to be open-minded about joining my real estate team. But I'm a hypocrite if I don't look at other opportunities that are presented to me that would better my business and be able to better my agents. So at least look at an opportunity open-minded enough. And if you're shooting it down, shoot it down with the right reasons. Don't just say, don't spit out the rhetoric of coming from the unknown. Like, no, that won't work for me. Well, how do you know? Have you tested it out? Right. Or it's built on a house of cards. How do you know?
Right.
Again, I'm over here making sure that I'm here taking care of myself and my people. Right. And if I can be aligned with people like you, I can be aligned with Albie, I can be aligned with Michael Reese, with Cliff Freeman. I think I'm setting and putting myself in a better position to win and setting my agents up to win, especially in, like, let's say, all right, dude, we're coming up in election year. What's going to happen after that? Where's the market going? Right. I'm predicting a recession in 2021. Right. Now, whether I'm off by a year or two, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to tell you right now, most people don't have plans on how to continue growing their business in a recession. I do. Right. I built my business in a recession. Yep. My business grew over 40% during a recession. Right. Year after year. And so, I want to be aligned with those people. Right. So at least look at the opportunity open-minded. Let me ask you, let me flip it to you, because you're having these conversations. Go back and put yourself when you were talking to me. What did you see in me or the type of person that you're talking to similar to me, where you're obviously, I'm going through the routines, but how does someone go to become open-minded? Yeah, sure. It's a great question. I think that the hardest part about it is when things are going well, you're not as typically as open-minded, because things couldn't possibly be better, right? Like things are really good. So it's hard to think that something could be out there could be better, especially, a lot for an independent like us. It was even hard because I had the same situation. I looked at it twice, didn't really look at it, discounted it, pushed it aside, and assumed that I was on a better track. And I think it's just a matter of you have to actually like consciously think that I might be wrong. I might be wrong in my thinking, and let me look at this with open mind, and then ask the question, if I was going to make this work, how would I? And that puts you into the right thinking about, okay, well, if I was going to do this, what would I do? How would I do it? What would it look like? How would I try to work, within this framework and this opportunity? And you start to see it then. It starts, that's when the gate of the mind starts to open up, and you start to see, okay, this could be really good. And then, it's just a matter of being plugged into the right people. I think, once you're on the inside and, once you've made the flip and you're over here at eXp and you're experiencing it, and you see how much better it is. And I make the joke all the time, like every day I got, packages coming from Amazon, this time of year. And, it's why is Amazon better than, going into the stores and shopping? Why? Because it's easier. It's more convenient. I'd much rather just order the shit from my phone and not have to drive into town. And so that's the same thing with eXp. The reason this cloud-based brokerage is taken over is because they flipped the model and created opportunity for everybody. That's one piece of the puzzle, but it's just easier. It's just better and easier for you to get on your phone and get an answer to a question
in workplace and, in seconds, as opposed to driving into an office, trying to catch someone in the hallway to get an answer. So from a support and training and alignment and all of that, it's just better. Right. And once you experience it, it's obvious at that point, but it's hard to get people to see that, I think.
I mean, what you're saying, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Right.
Right. I mean, look, and that's literally true. So, I mean, I've had conversations. We just partnered. If you saw it yesterday, you probably saw it yesterday. We shared it out, but we literally had someone jump out of an airplane to make his announcement. Right.
No way. I did not see that.
Okay. You didn't see it. You need to see that, man. Andrew Kelton joined. Right. So he jumped out of an airplane making his announcement. And Andrew, when I was talking to him, he was approached by, I think, 4 or 5 other people, completely rejected it. Right. Not for him. No, absolutely not. Would never leave. And we sat down, and again, it's all about the alignment, right? Keeley Harris, the same thing. It's about the alignment and seeing how can we continue to grow, because if you're not growing, you're going backwards. Right. And that's the talk that we continue to have is, should I stay where I'm at? Okay, well, what's your plan to continue to grow? And should I go and become an independent? Okay, what's your plan on being an independent? Because, being an independent, are you going to attract agents? Right. Are you going to attract agents into your world too? Because that's recruiting, right? So if you're an independent, you're landlocked. You're only really going to, it's like owning I look at these, especially in the pizza franchise world, when back in the day when I was looking at franchises, is you have a certain radius that you're really going to hit and target, right? Independents are very much similar the same way, is that you're only going to attract agents in that little tiny radius circle. So you're landlocked, right? So from that, you have less of an opportunity, or maybe there's less talent pool there, right, to be able to pull into your world. And now you're having to do everything, right? You're having to train, right? You're having to make sure that everybody's in compliance. Then you're having to make sure that everyone's staying motivated, right? Then you're making sure that, like, you're ordering toner for your printers and everything else. And it's like, geez, like, this shit sucks. Right. So there is a better way. Right. And it truly, like, I think we reject it because we don't want to believe that something like this can be that great. We hear stories like, people making, money that's just unfathomable, but it's literally, it's there. And these people, we're not special people. Right. We're just following the systems that were created. I mean, to me, it would be a disservice not to look at the opportunity. Right.
Yeah, I would agree. No doubt. If that's you, hopefully if you're watching at this point, you've been convinced to at least look at it closer. And to do that, it's been scrolling across the screen since we've been on here. Go to nickgood.work and watch the videos and reach out, have a conversation. And we'd love to talk about what partnering with us entails and what are all the things that come along with that we haven't probably shared, at least publicly. You will find out when you have a conversation with us how we can help you grow your business. So, man, appreciate you, Nick. Anything else you want to leave them with?
No, man, just let's have a happy new year. Let's start 2020 out on the right foot. Let's take market share.
Let's do it.
And I look forward to seeing what next year brings for all of us.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. That good team.
That's right. Have a good one. Later.
Yeah.